'Tis I. Hey everyone, glad to see you back, glad to see you looking fresh, and today I want to make a quick little video talking about Mario Galaxy movie and the inevitable next steps of what Nintendo, in my opinion, clearly is cooking up with what appears in the movie. So the Mario Galaxy movie, I really liked it because I'm a fan of Mario. I don't really want to get into the deep weeds of like, is it a good movie, is it a bad movie? You kind of have to see it for yourself. Like most things, if you're a fan of Mario, I think you're going to like it. If you like the first movie, I think you're going to like it. If you have no attachment to these characters, I think you're going to hate it. It's really based on that. It's very much for the fans, and I'm a fan, so I kind of have to take myself out of the conversation of actual critical consensus, right? I just don't think that I have it in me to gauge whether or not this is a good movie based on its own merits versus my love and appreciation for the franchise, right? That's my 2 cents on the movie. However, what appears in the movie are a lot of cameos, and a lot of cameos that don't originate from the Mario universe. I think you saw some of the marketing beforehand. That stuff is wholly true, right? It's very cool to see, like, the SS Dolphin show up and a group of Pikmin come moseying out on the big screen, right? That's something I never thought I'd get to see. And especially Fox McCloud. He's the biggest character of all the cameos that show up. He has a major part in the movie, and while I do wish it wasn't spoiled, and I do wish that was a big shock and awe in the movie, I still really liked it. It was still really fun to see it, and it was still cool getting to explain to people, oh no, that's a guy from a whole nother thing, right? Star Fox is its own thing. That's not a Mario character, right? I got to be the guy in the know when it comes to different Nintendo-verse characters. So that was cool, right? And then there's also Rob. He shows up as well. He's a little receptionist, and that's a lot of fun to see him as well on the big screen. And there was one more deeper cut character. I say deeper cut. I think like in the terms of the whole Nintendo universe, he's probably on the same level. No, I can't say that. He is a little bit more. If you've played Smash, you know him, but other than that, you don't. You probably won't. Like his franchise is long in the past. But I don't think there was any marketing materials for him at all before seeing the movie. So that was a big surprise for me. That was really fun. Regardless, this movie includes how many characters from Smash? So the one I just previously mentioned that I'm not going to name, Fox, the Pikmin, which are, ancillary to Olimar and Rob. So that's 4 characters not from Mario, and then of course the Mario characters like the main man himself, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Rosalina, and the Piranha Plant, and Donkey Kong. And was Diddy in the first movie? I think, if I remember right. So that's like over 10 characters already from Smash Brothers in a movie. And we have a Zelda movie coming out. And yes, it's a live action movie. However, this movie, when Fox shows up, he has a backstory, which he kind of like zooms past because that's how this whole movie works. That's in a different art style than the rest of the movie is. So that leads to me that movies of other art styles, it doesn't matter. When they come into the same universe, they work like... You ever seen that Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? Where they like swap art styles when they went to different universes. And they look a little different. I assume that's the same way, right? So Fox's universe looks like it did in his backstory. When he crosses over into the Mario universe, he looks like the rest of the movie does, right? So it's not like this weird thing. It's not like Spider-Verse where different characters in different universes keep their own art style. They morph into the same art style. So a live action character could morph and become a 3D rendition of that. I think that's totally plausible, and I think that's very easily where they're going with it. So now that's Link and Zelda, and most likely Ganon, that'll show up, and then how many Links. Because for whatever reason, when it comes to Zelda representation, it's, 3 versions of Link, 2 versions of Zelda, and a Ganondorf. So if you trim that down, every Zelda rep is going to be in the Zelda movie. Most likely, right? I don't think they've announced Ganondorf, but I mean, it'd be silly not to. But that's beside the point here. So that's a lot of characters, and that's a good chunk of the main cast, the original 8 of Smash Brothers being in a movie already. So we're missing Samus. Pikachu's easy, because Pikachu's been in movies since the 90s, so I don't know if they want to use Ash's Pikachu per se, or even Detective Pikachu per se, but there's been Pikachu in movies, so that one's a little bit tougher. Sure, then there's Samus and Kirby, but then other than that, you got them. You got them down packed. And then obviously the extra 4. Jigglypuff is a little bit tougher, and Captain Falcon is definitely going to show up in like a cameo like Fox did before he gets his own. And then Luigi's good. But then Ness is another tough one to do without him just showing up as a cameo. But either way, you pretty much got him. And I don't know if they're going to stick to the original 8 in terms of a Smash Brothers anything. However, it seems more inevitable now than ever before. And actually, me and a buddy of mine, Hero, we did a video on this topic years ago at this point when talking about the Nintendo cinematic, the NCU, as we call it. What movies we would pick kind of as the baseline leading up to the crossover event, the Smash Brothers, or the Marvel Avengers of it all. So go check that out if you haven't. I'll link at the end of the video. It's just us kind of yapping about what we'd pick and where we'd pick them. So yeah, there's also other references to other characters. I mean, Little Mac isn't in the movie, but he gets a little Easter egg in the background if you're paying attention. So stuff like that exist as well. I'm not going to spoil all those, so I'm going to throw that one in just as an example of like, yeah, other things exist in the universe. I mean, the Mario movies include the Bronx, which, I mean, Little Mac would be right around there too if they kind of do that. So I mean, him being in universe already seems like it would make a lot of sense. Regardless, it seems like it's going to happen. Will they just make another Mario movie before then to include more characters before they have a big crossover? Will they be brave enough to make a Star Fox movie on its own? I think that'd be really cool. I think them giving it to a different animation team, so Illumination isn't the only one doing it. Not to say that Illumination has been bad for these movies. I was very skeptical before the first one, but I think Illumination has done a fine enough job with animating these Mario movies. But I think just having different studios and different animation teams on the different movies, I think would help a lot. Not necessarily studios in terms of like not Universal, because that would be a whole mess. Say like Disney took over like a Kirby movie, and then having him trying to cross over would be a nightmare. So I get like not wanting to like go that far with it, but different animation teams under the Universal umbrella, I think is a smart way to go, so that we can get more Nintendo movies before the big crossover. But either way, crossover is gonna happen. I think that a movie will make $1 bajillion, considering these Mario movies already make a ton of movie. They make a ton of money already. So yeah, I mean, I think Zelda is really gonna be the big litmus test. If that movie is good and it does well, then I think Nintendo's gonna be full bore into like, okay, we're gonna do this. So that's gonna be the big one, and I'm looking forward to seeing a ton of other characters on the big screen someday. Like I keep harking back into it. I would never would have thought that I would get to hear the Star Fox music in a theater, like a cinema. Like, that was crazy. You know, 5 years ago, I wouldn't think that I'd get to see a Mario music or a Nintendo logo for me either. But, you know, as the years have gone by, I've kind of accepted that that's just the case. But Star Fox, like, whoa, okay, like, seeing the Arwen and do a barrel roll and all that fun stuff. But the music especially is really what hit me. I'm like, this is real. Like, he's here. So that was really cool, and I think that they know it was really cool, and I think that they're going to keep on keeping on with stuff like that. So, yeah, I just want to sit down and yap a bit about where I think this whole thing is going, and a few little thoughts on the Mario Galaxy movie as a whole. So, yeah, let me know Did you like the movie? Have you seen the movie? Do you think that I'm on par with what your thoughts are? Do you think I'm completely off base with how the whole Smash Brothers thing is going to go? I don't know. Let me know down below. Thank you so very much for watching. As always, like this, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you at some point.